Greetings all, Dreadnought FTW here. I'm here with my first ever YouTube book review. This is the light novel series, The Rising of the Shield Hero, written by Aniko Usagi, I believe. It is a very interesting series. It's one of my favorites. I watched the anime firstly, and I wanted to read the books because the anime only covers about, I think, 5 volumes so far, but they have a second season on the way, and I wanted to read the books so I can kind of like be ahead of the anime. And it's just a really great series overall. So let's break it down. So starting out, we have the cover art for the front page, and it's just gorgeous artwork. I don't know who drew this, but my hat's off to you. Just gorgeous. It might credit the artist maybe in the first couple of pages, or maybe it's the last. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure the person who drew it is credited. So from the front, we have the main protagonist. This is Naofumi Iwatani. He's a self-described otaku. And this is Raphtalia. She is a demi-human, and she is a slave to Naofumi. It is very interesting dynamic. That is Mine. She is a very, very, very twisted and evil woman in this series. You'll read about her in like halfway through the book, and you'll be like, oh, yikes. The spine's very nice too. I love how it is. It's, you got on the side the Rising Shield Hero, you have the author's name, and then you have this orb which shows the numbering of the volumes, which is a really nice touch. It's like this for every single light novel book, and it's very, very nice. I appreciate that they took the detail for that. And most, well, I shouldn't say most. A lot of light novel series will have a numbering, but it's nice having a title of numbering sequences for your collection. The back is very generic. It's very generic. It's just literally a summary or synopsis of the first volume. You can read it right here if you'd like. You know, barcode, printed in Canada. And then when we open this up, we have Raphtalia and the author's name. We have some more artwork. These are the other three heroes in the world. You'll meet them in this book, and they'll introduce themselves. You'll first off meeting Naofumi, obviously, and then Raphtalia doesn't come immediately. You have to read more into the book to know, oh, this is who that person is. That's Mine. She seems nice right now, but don't let her sway you starting out. And that's her over here. And they also have their names too, which I didn't realize. So we have Itsuki, we have Ren, Moriyasu, and then there's Raphtalia here, and Naofumi right there, and then there's Mine. So if you didn't know the characters' names, I vaguely remember these three characters' names because you mainly focus on these two right here, and they're the ones you're most familiar with, at least for me. We also have one more section of artwork. It's really nice. This happens in one of the chapters. I don't remember which one it was, but it's very, very touching, very funny scene. I threw the ball. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, it's just really nice. Really nice. And then we have the table of contents, all the chapters. This may look like a lot, and it does at first, but when you read it, you skim by it so fast. It's not even like a long book. It's 300 pages at least, and it's got a lot of words. But when you open it up, the text is not it's small, but like it's not very big either. Like I'm trying to give you guys an example. Like if you're reading It, for example, it's a long book. The pages are 1,000 pages at least, and the fonts are very small. It'll take you a long time to read that, at least, unless you're a fast reader, but I'm not. I read pretty slowly. I like to take my time with books, and I like to like kind of imagine and understand and visualize what's going on. And that's just how I read. It's a very clean book. Translation's not bad either. This is a nice artwork piece. And that's mine right there. She gets introduced at first. I'll try to find you some pieces, some artworks. If you have ever read a manga book and you're a first time buyer and you don't know the difference between light novels and manga, it can be a little confusing because you'll see the artwork on front and be like, oh, this is probably the manga. Well, when you read into it, you're like, oh, wait, this isn't the manga. This is like a normal book. And yes, it is, but it has the qualities of a manga because this book format, it describes what's going on compared to a manga where it shows you what's happening, but it doesn't give descriptive detail. And that's the key difference between a manga and a light novel. Let's see. We already saw that one. It's kind of hard to find them. You stumble upon them every so often. Let's see. I might be able to find one right. Oh, where was it? There we go. This is another good, gorgeous piece right here. Yeah, whoever the artist is who drew these pages are just gorgeous looking. It's just beautiful. There's another piece right there. It's Naofumi and Motoyasu, I believe his name is. He is the spear hero, I believe so. And you know what's really cool about this book is, let me see if I can show you. In the table of contents, if you go to the very bottom, you'll see extra chapter. And that's very cool because there's kind of like this funny story, kind of like set in a alternative universe with the spear hero, which is very cool. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it for you guys, but it's near the back. I promise you, it's in one of these sections. Oh, well, here we go. Okay, so I'm in the extra chapter. Or excuse me, guys, I do apologize. This isn't the Spear Hero story. This is actually the backstory for Raphtalia as a child. I apologize. I thought it was the Spear Hero alternative universe because I remember reading the manga companion book for the first volume and it had that. But what I forgot, I didn't read through this. It's been a while since I read this, but it had just Raphtalia's perspective on herself as a child, and it shows this in the anime, but it further details this in the light novel book, which is really nice. And some really cool sketch work. You can see Raphtalia as a child on the right, and then she's a grown adult on the left. Very, very nice, very beautiful. And this is Naofumi. It's him as a college student on the right, and then on the left is him in his armor. Very cool. Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So overall, very nice series. If I had to rate this book as its own, I would give it a 8 out of 10. It's a very, very nice volume starting out. When you read this at first, don't be too surprised of the shock of a isekai series, because when you read this, it's not going to be life-changing or anything. You're going to be like, oh, the setup is literally a standard isekai series. But the story, it's not a standard isekai series. It's actually very unique, and it adds its own course for the series. It's not something that, like, when you read a standard isekai series, you're like, oh, yeah, this is generic and boring. But when you read this, it's like, whoa, this isn't what I was expecting to happen. And it involves this one right here. So, appreciate you guys for taking a watch of this video. I'll probably have more videos upload in the future. If not, just means that I have no more content to upload. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day, and be blessed.